If only I could see the path clearly, then I could walk it. But what if clarity isn't the beginning? What if clarity only comes at the end? What if you're supposed to walk in the fog and trust that your feet know something your mind doesn't? This is very difficult for us to accept because we worship the mind, we worship planning and strategy and knowing ahead of time. And there's a place for that. I'm not saying throw away all your maps. Maps are useful, but they are not the territory. You are not walking through a map. You are walking through your life, and your life is alive. It responds, it adjusts, it catches you when you fall, and it falls with you when you need to fall, and it lifts you up when falling is over. It's not a mechanism, it's an organism, and you are part of it, not separate from it, not on top of it trying to control it, in it. So when you look back at your life and you see all those moments where you thought you were lost, you might begin to wonder if lost was ever the right word. Because a seed underground doesn't know it's becoming a tree. It experiences only darkness, pressure, the terrible weight of soil above. If the seed could think, it would think it was dying. It would think something had gone horribly wrong. I'm supposed to be in the light, it would say. Why am I buried? Why is everything pressing against me? And yet, the pressing is what cracks the shell. The darkness is where the roots reach down. The burial is the beginning of rising. You have been buried many times in your life. You know exactly what I mean. Those periods where everything went dark, where you couldn't see your hand in front of your face, metaphorically speaking, where you thought, genuinely thought, that this was the end of something essential in you. And you were right. It was the end. Just the end of the shell, the end of the casing you had outgrown, the end of who you were, so that who you are could emerge. There's a word we don't use correctly. Destiny. We think destiny means a fixed point in the future that you're walking toward. A destination that's already determined, like a train on a track heading for a station that's printed on the schedule. But destiny isn't a place. Destiny is how you move. Think about the way you walk. Really think about it. When you walk, you fall forward. Did you know that? Walking is controlled falling. You lean forward, lose your balance, and catch yourself with the next step. Lean, fall, catch. Lean, fall, catch. Over and over. That's how you cross a room. So in a very real way, you are always falling through your life, always off balance, always catching yourself just in time to throw yourself off balance again. And this falling, this eternal, almost toppling, is the only way to get anywhere. Children understand this when they learn to walk. They fall constantly. And we celebrate their falling because we know what it means. We don't say, oh no, the baby fell again, something is wrong. We say, look, she's learning. When did we stop applying that to ourselves? When did falling become failure instead of locomotion? I watch people, and I include myself in this, I'm not exempt. I watch people torture themselves over decisions. Should I do this or should I do that? What if I choose wrong? And there's a kind of paralysis that sets in, a freezing, because we're so afraid of falling that we refuse to take the step. And then we wonder why we're stuck. You cannot walk without falling forward. You cannot live without choosing. And choosing always means stepping into the unknown. Always. Every single time. Even the choices that feel safe are just falls in a familiar direction. There's a lovely thing that happens in music.